Hello and welcome to your prana. I am Antoinette and today we are going to go through a flow to help mobilize the spine, the torso, and just feel a little bit more fluid within the body. So I invite you now to start by placing your hands facing down upon your knees, lifting tall through the crown of the head as you ground your sit bones down in towards your mat. We're going to inhale, open the chest forward, draw the shoulder blades together. Find our cow. And exhale. Tuck the tailbone as you round and dome through the back of the body. Inhale. Exhale. Gently move through this as many times as your body is calling for. Really feeling into each space, feeling into each vertebrae. Opening the chest a little wider. And then when you're ready, place the hands either side of your hips. And we're going to inhale the left hand tall. Reach those fingers tall. Bend through the right elbow. As you exhale, round over to the right hand side. Extend those fingers long. Try not to dome forward or back. Just keep it nice and level, like there's a pane of glass between your front body and your back body. We're going to inhale it back up. Reach tall once again. Exhale it down and then inhale. Right hand reaches. Exhale, take it over. And as you reach those fingers long, draw down with the opposite hip. Good, inhaling up. Exhaling low. Okay, from here, place the hands on the shoulders, cross the forearms over the chest, and gently begin to move left and right. Again, using your breath. Inhale, center. Exhale, turn. Inhale, center. Exhale, turn. And just notice what the body is telling you as you move through this space. See if you can keep the hips still where they are, just moving from the waist up. Each time you might have a little bit more room, or you may notice that one side moves a little further than the other. If this is the case, what I invite you to do now is just feel into your ribs, feel into the intercostal muscles, and just notice any points where it's a little bit interesting. Okay, find a point there, and what you're going to do is you're going to gently press into that point as you exhale, and then inhale, expand your breath into that region. Exhale, apply a little pressure. Inhale, open. Exhale, release. Inhale, open. Now that may require a few more times. If you feel like you want to put this video on pause, feel free to do so. Otherwise, if you feel like you've sufficiently moved into a bit of an area there, see if there's anywhere on the other side that requires a little bit of love. Remember, applying pressure just a little bit as you exhale, and then inhale into the space, expand. Exhale. Inhale. And we'll do one more time. Again, if you wish to put the video on pause on the opposite side, feel free to do so. Alright, place the hands back on the shoulders and just check into that rotation once again. Notice you have a little bit more freedom. So that's a trick that you can add into not just your yoga practice, but everyday life. So now, we're going to place the right hand behind our lower back, so about a hand's width distance away from your tailbone. And we're going to place the left hand upon the knee here. We're going to inhale, lift tall, and exhale, find a slight rotation, drawing that right shoulder back, keeping the height in the spine. Slight twist here. Then take 3 breaths in this position. Inhale, exhale. Maybe there's a little bit more depth here. Inhale, exhale. It's on the exhale that we find the room. Last breath. Inhale and exhale. Good work. Inhale. Come tall. Place the hands on both knees for a moment. Find your center. And then set up on the opposite side. So left hand goes back now, about a hand's distance away from the tailbone. Right hand meets left knee. You can either hold it here or here, your preference. And then inhale, lift, and 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Next inhale, slowly make your way forward, hands to knees once again. Give yourself a nice little shimmy with the shoulders. Okay. Now, placing the hands on the hips, we're gently going to tilt back and forward. So hands on the hips here, keeping the legs crossed, tilting forward and tilting back. Now, as you tilt forward and back, just notice what happens with your upper spine. Okay, so just below the shoulder blades, tilt forward, tilt back. Okay, so we want to be leading from the center of the chest, tilt forward, tilt back. Okay, if you notice that you start to lower here, okay, find more height in this region, and then open up with the chest as you lean forward, and then come back. Okay, good. All right. Now, we're going to swing the legs out to the side. We're going to come to our tabletop position. Now we've already done variations of our cat-cow, so we're just going to bring the hands to the ground, hands directly below the shoulders, okay, pressing through the index finger and the thumb, and then knees directly below the hips, okay, hip width apart. From here, we're just going to bring into that hip tilt again. So I want you to think of tilting the hips back and then tucking them forward. Okay, just focusing on the hips, not so much the upper body. See if you can just get the lower body to move here. So when we tuck it, we tuck the tailbone forward like there's a wee string here. And then we tilt it back like we're trying to lengthen through our hamstrings. Good. Okay. All right, from here we're going to find our neutral spine. Now, option here, you can tuck the toes for a little extra support, or if you feel rather strong through the ankles today, you're allowed to extend your toes and press down through the tops of your ankles so your knees may raise. So if I do the options here, it's either tuck the toes or this kind of action here. All right, so from here what we're going to do is we're going to keep the spine nice and stable, keep the hips level, the shoulders level, and we're going to inhale, left hand comes to left shoulder. We're going to extend it forward. Good. And place it back down. This time, we're going to move to the right leg, so opposite side, keeping the hips even. Draw the knee to the nose. Maybe tuck the head if you want, or if you just want to focus down between your hands, you can. And then extend it back without raising that hip or lowering it. Good. Tuck the knee back in. Place it down. This time, right hand to right shoulder. Keep those shoulders even. Take it forward. Bring it back to the shoulder. Place it down. Left leg, left knee to nose. And then again, take it back. Keep those hips even, so don't let it lower. Don't let it sink. Nice and even. Lowering it down once more for each limb singularly. Left hand to left shoulder. Extend and lower. Right knee to nose. Extend. Knee to nose once again. And lower. Right hand to right shoulder. Extend. And bring it back in. Lower it down. And then left knee to nose. Bring it in. Extend it back. Bring it in once again. And place it down. Okay, good. Feeling roughly comfortable with those? Great. Now, you may either continue to practice those. Again, feel free to put this on pause if you wish. Or we're going to add a little bit of a combination now. So, we're going to bring the left hand to the left shoulder and the right knee to the nose at the same time. Then, we're going to extend them both long, keeping the shoulder and the hips even. Bring the hand to the shoulder, knee to nose, lower back down. Repeating on the other side now. Right hand to shoulder, left knee to nose.
There's a phone on it.
Extend. Bring them back in. Lower down. Great work. Okay. Do this once more. Left hand, right knee. Extend. Draw them in. Lower them down. Right hand, left knee. Extend. Bring them back in. Lower them down. Well done. Again, if you feel free, you want to practice this a little longer, you may. Otherwise, we're going to now do combinations on the same side. Okay, so we're going to shift the weight to the left hand side of the body. Okay, now focus on your dominant side. So if your left side doesn't feel like it's up to it today, change to the opposite side. But for me, we're going to start off with the left side. Okay, we're going to bring them in, and then we're going to lengthen them long. Bring them back down. Okay, other side. Bring them in and lengthen them long. Back down. Okay, once more each side. Bring them in, lengthen them long. And last one. Bring them in and lengthen them long. Good work. All right, so bring the knees together, heels together, and just shimmy those hips out side to side, trying to keep extended through the elbows, extended through the arms, and let the arms rest, the shoulders rest above the wrists. Good, so you're feeling a bit of lengthening out through the side body now through those hips. Good. And then we're going to bring them back through center. Take the knees hip width apart once again. We're going to mount down into our puppy pose. So lengthen those hands long, keep those hips above those knees, rest the forehead on the ground, or maybe fold the forearms to rest the forehead. Take 2 breaths here. And then walk the hands back in. Take the knees a little wider now, setting up for your child's pose. So lower the hips back and down. Place the hands on top of each other. And again, take 2 breaths here. Great work. Okay, placing the hands on the ground, coming back to our tabletop. Tuck the toes. Find your position to ascend into down dog. Find your down dog. So think of your upside down triangle and begin to pedal out through the heels. Lengthen through the top of the body. Opening through the chest, the underarms a little bit more. As those sit bones ascend towards the sky, lengthening the hamstrings, extending through the back of the knees. From here, I want you to tippy toe the feet forward towards the heels of the hands. Try not to lift the heels of the hands off the ground. If you need to take the feet wider, do so. And move side to side with the hips here, just feeling into the hip socket. If the knees need to be slightly bent, let them be so. And then what we're going to do here is we're going to walk our hands up the wall. Okay, so just move the hips side to side from here. And now what we're going to do is we're going to move into a supported down dog. So we're going to take the legs back, walk the hands back down. We're going to find roughly a right angle position here. So ensure that those heels are below those hips. And again, move the hips out, pressing the hands into the wall. Good. So here, if you're up like this or here like this, It's the tilt in the hips we're looking for here, okay? So just as we practiced earlier, think of tilting those hips forward, lengthening through the hamstrings. Good. So all I want you to do now is move from our supported down dog, walk all the way up, extend the hands, and then walk yourself back down. Good. Let's do this once more. Walk all the way up and bring yourself back down. Okay, from here, we're going to press a little bit more into the right hand. So pressing through the index knuckle and the thumb knuckle. We're going to release the left hand. Shake out the left shoulder. Good, give it a nice good shake. And then this left hand is going to reach for the outer, toward the outer of my right ankle. You'll notice a stretch through your shoulder blades, your upper back. Just let the head hang here. Return the hand up. Switching sides. So pressing down through the left hand now. And releasing the right, shaking the right out. Good. Right hand's now going to reach to the outer left ankle. Again, feeling that stretch. And then bringing it back up. Walking yourself up. Good. Find the height, lift those fingers tall. And then walk the hands to your supported down dog. And now from our supported down dog, you're going to place the hands on the ground. Find a forward fold. And just check that the toes aren't gripping here. We're pressing nice and evenly through the 3 points of the foot. The center of the heel, the big toe mound and the little toe mound. We're going to walk those hands back forward. We're going to bring them to the wall. We're going to sink into our supported down dog. So once more like so. Walking down. Finding your forward fold. Maybe hands are holding each elbow or the hands are rested, palms facing up. Walk the hands forward once again. Good. And this time really find that grip with both hands, bringing the right foot into the center of your mat now, transferring the weight to the right leg. And then we're going to draw the left toes back. Take the left leg back, open the hips to the side. Okay, so left toes pointing to the side, not down towards the ground. Hips are butterflied open. And again, I'm pressing through those hands. I'm also sending the energy out through my active foot. So my left foot's very active. The toes are towards the knee. The energy is being sent out through the heel. From here, I'm going to press into my left hand. I'm going to lighten my right, bring it down towards the ground. Bringing it back up. Applying weight evenly through both hands now. And then shifting the weight to the right hand side, lightening the left. Bringing the hand back up. Even weight once again. Hands to the mat. Bend the standing leg a little bit. Find your standing splits. So we're sending the left toes towards the sky, really extending that top leg. And then bending the knee, bringing it back in. Lowering the knees to the ground, lifting the heels. Finding a little squat position here, a little resting position now. Good. Close the eyes if you wish. Trying to balance on the front pads of the foot rather than the toes. And then bringing both hands to the ground. Taking the legs out wide once again, finding a forward fold. And then walking both hands up the wall. Supported down dog once again. Now we're going to shift to the opposite side. So our left foot's going to travel into the center now. Weight is evenly distributed through the feet. Right toes are gently going to drag back. Then you're going to find the float with the right leg, extending the toes towards the sides. They're not pointing down towards the mat. Butterflying those hips open, squeezing into the buttocks. Active right foot, toes towards the body, energy being sent through the heel. Bending the standing leg a little if you wish to. Begin to place the weight through the left hand. Lighten the right hand. Let it lengthen down towards the ground. Find the balance. Bringing it back up. Finding even weight through the hands once again. And then lightening through the left hand. Bringing it down. Finding the balance. And bringing it back up. Walking both hands down towards the mat now. Find your standing splits. Draw those toes towards the ceiling. Lengthen through the back of the leg. Maybe find a little bit more of a hip hinge through the standing leg. And then bending the top leg. Draw it in. Bring the feet to meet each other. Raise onto the front pads of the foot. Heels raised. Finding a little moment here. Little squat. Close down the eyes if you wish. Becoming aware of the balance in the feet. Becoming aware of the breath. And then allowing both hands to rest backwards, palms facing up. Allow your head to bow down. Allow your spine to rest. Head to be heavy. And then placing your palms down on the ground now. Begin to lower yourself down onto your mat. Find a reclined position on your mat. Bring the knees into your chest. Give yourself a little squeeze here. And then just gently roll side to side on the hips. Allow the knees to move slightly further out to move into the lower spine a bit more. And then bring the knees in towards the underarms. Take the feet up towards the sky. Place the hands either over top of the feet, maybe at the ankles, maybe at the calves. And find your happy baby here. Allowing the hands to be weighted upon the legs, the shoulders to be rested. And if you notice the tailbone lifting, the buttocks lifting, send the energy of the lower body down towards the mat. Find a bit more tone and activation through the belly. Bring the legs together. Take the legs tall, take the hands tall. Give yourself a bit of a shake out here. Find yourself in your full and waterfall. Just gently finding a bit of a release. Good. Alright, from here, bring the ankles together, knees together. Take the arms out wide. Shoulder height, palms facing down. Begin to move the knees side to side. Just thinking of finding movement from the waist down. Maybe as you find this movement, it increases. You have the sense of slow patience in your movement. It's not fast, it's just perfect. Bring the legs back through center. Take any final movements your body, your mind, and your breath are calling for. And when you're ready, begin to move into your Shavasana pose. So gently lifting the limbs, laying them down, shimmying the shoulders down the spine. Maybe tucking the chin in towards the chest and replacing the head on your mat. Allow the palms to face up. See if you can try and not touch your own body, not touch any objects. Reduce all sensory awareness. Noticing your breath. Noticing your thoughts. Allow yourself to gently melt into this moment, resting in your Shavasana. When you're ready, feel free to stay here for a moment longer if you wish. When you're ready, in your own time, extend your right arm long above your head. Roll onto your right hand side, keeping your heart held high. Rest your head upon your arm like a pillow. Let's take a moment to notice how you feel here. Notice how your spine feels, your body, your mind, and your breath. Notice how the mobility and the fluidity has returned. And you have just a little bit more movement freedom than you did when you started your practice today. When you're ready, use your hands to gently guide yourself back up to a comfortable seat. I'm going to take 3 deep breaths to close. So we're going to inhale. Take the arms wide, lift them tall. Exhale, hands travel down through heart center. Twice more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Allow your hands to rest at your heart. Your head to rest down towards your hands. Give yourself thanks now for taking this time to connect and to be with your mind, body, and breath. Namaste.